What's up? What is happening? Hope you guys are doing well. Sunday night. Getting ready for Christmas. Let's see. I'm going to make sure everybody's on. Make sure my microphone is working. I don't know if it is or not. I would assume. Ooh, I may just muted you guys. All right, yeah, I think it's working. Somebody say something. Got a couple. Okay, yeah, I got a couple people jumping on. What's up? How are you guys doing? E85 Racing Corn Star. Eric, what's up, man? How are you guys? Do I know any drag racers in the Atlanta area? I do not. All right, what's up, guys? Yep, it is working. It is working. So I don't know if you guys remember when we got the smart car, we got everything loaded up. We had our new tire covers that you can go to turbojohnracing.com and grab. And look, we got our own little hats. You can get these. I like the gray and the black, but they're currently sold out. So we got the black ones there. So you can get those off our website if y'all want to go get it. But we got our own tire covers. And so we told people, we were like, okay, my old Raggedy, if y'all been watching the YouTube channel for any amount of time, y'all have seen when we're at the racetrack, we constantly have the tire cover. You know, tire covers are very important. And you see a lot of people, they use them and a lot of people don't use them. And so some people, they use them more than others. I'm a stickler for using a tire cover and the tire shade. And the reason why is very simple. If you've got the sun beating down on one side of the car and there's no sun on the other side, and especially as it gets colder, then the tire in the sun, the air pressure is going to go way up. The tire pressure in the shade is not going to go up. And so what's going to end up happening is when you get up there to the burn hour, before you get up there, if you set your tire pressure prior to going to the line, of course, you're going to be letting a lot of air out of that side, and then it's going to cool down a little bit when you get up there. If you get up there, it's just going to all be changed. Anyway, you need to have a tire cover. That is the whole point of what I'm saying. But anyway, we got a new one. We got some nice fancy ones that say Turbo John Racing on them. They got our sponsors on it. Oh, look, there is Kelly. See?
It can be your new background. I'll just stand here and hold it.
Okay, Kelly's going to stand. I'm in her office, and so that's what the paper bead rolling stuff. That's pretty funny. That is so okay, got a new background. You see everybody else goes live and they've got their background, their cars. Don't move. Background. Okay, I'm just kidding. See, now we're back to the roll stuff. This is my normal backdrop anyway. Every Wednesday night, if you're a member, we go to we do our lives every Wednesday night about 9 o'clock or 9:30 for members only, and we talk a lot about race cars. It's fun. We have a good time. But this is the normal background.
Yeah, if you want to be in that, click the join button on the channel.
Yeah, click the join button, and then it's like $5 a month. It's fun. We have a good time doing that, and we have consistently done it for over a year now.
Yeah.
Now in 2 weeks we're going to have to decide how we're going to do it because we're going to be at Cletus's race doing the Christmas tree stuff. So that's going to be interesting. But anyway. Yeah, that's how you can hide those non-W tires, Jason. I just saw that. I have no idea. So apparently, we'll get into that in a minute. So we decided we were going to give away our Nitrous Express tire cover. Now, I got that Nitrous Express tire cover, gosh, probably, honestly, 10 years ago. It's back when we were doing Real Street, True Street. We were racing, and I wanted to get something cheap. And so that was the cheapest one that Summit or Jegs had. I don't remember. It was like 10 or 15 bucks at the time. And so I went ahead and got the cheap one. But it's actually held in there pretty decent, which is pretty good. But we do not have nitrous on the car. So we decided we were going to give it away. So we picked the winner, finally. So this video was from, it was like over a week ago. I mean, it was when we were getting ready for Dig or Die. And we just wanted to let some people make some comments and see who all wanted the actual tire cover. And so we did. We picked a winner. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can't share my screen, can I? No.
Oh, no, not just a regular YouTube live.
Okay. So I was going to share my screen. When we do this, normally Kelly sets it up through a third vendor, and I actually have people on here talking to us. And usually me, Randy, and all my guys are on here. And if anybody else wants to jump on, we can too. But the winner is for the free tire cover that is really just going to be for just garage art if somebody wants to hang something up, and they get a free T-shirt, and we'll send it to them. Is Troy Amann, Amann, Amann. How you say that? Amann.
Ammon, probably.
He's from Ohio. He made a comment and said, "I would love to rock that tire cover here in Ohio." So, Troy, you are the lucky winner. So I appreciate everybody playing along and making a comment that they wanted a tire cover. And so there were some people on there that didn't want the tire cover, and so that's okay too. So that is the winner. So I tagged and pinned your comment. If you will send me an email, what's our email address?
It's contact@turbojohnracing.com.
Contact@turbojohnracing.com. Man, I am getting super duper gray here. I'm getting old. But anyway, send me a shirt size. We're going to throw a shirt in there. We're going to sign the tire cover, and we're going to send it. But let me look at some of these comments. While we're on here, we go live. I don't go live a ton. Usually it's at the track, or usually we're on our Wednesday night thing like we had talked about. So let me see if I can see the Paint and Paper Hustle. Courtney, that's our buddy Courtney. He has actually got Randy's car over at his shop right now. I'm trying to see if I can.
That's on the other.
Oh, I can't do that here either, can I?
No, that's why you should have gone through our software.
Well,
you can pop up comments. There's all kinds of cool stuff we do on Wednesday night.
Yeah, this is our tech guru. So, but she was not helping me. I thought I could do it myself because I normally do it myself on my little phone. I'm an iPhone YouTuber. Okay, so I can't do it like I wanted to do it.
We can pop up comments on Wednesday when we're talking about a comment. We pop it up on the screen.
See, I can't.
No, it doesn't do that.
I can put them in. What is that right there?
That's like add a mood, like you laugh at the comment.
Oh, okay. So let's see if I can add. Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I never do it this way.
Okay, sorry guys. Sidetrack. But anyway, Randy's car. He's over at our buddy's shop. Courtney is doing some paint and body work on it. If y'all have not noticed, Randy is super, super, super particular about the car, which he's in the body shop business. He's in, he likes to have it perfectly perfect. And I'm a little different. So
I can't even get him to touch it up with the spray can.
I know I need to touch it up.
I know.
I definitely need to do some touch up on mine here at some point too. But y'all go check out Courtney's webpage. He's a body guy, but he's also his channel is right now he's working on Randy's car, kicking butt on it. We don't know what color it's going to be yet, but it's going to be a pretty color. I'm sure Randy hadn't really decided. I told him he better just listen to his wife and paint it whatever color she wants to paint it.
That's always good advice.
Yeah, that's always good advice, right? And so I don't know what color it's going to be myself yet. So, we're getting closer on the motor. We're putting the motor together over at Brian's shop, B&K Performance. Me, Brian, and Randy got in there the other night, had a ball, had fun. We got everything measured out. So we are almost ready. He ordered his push rods, and so hopefully we'll have that motor together within the next couple weeks, and that ought to be about the right timing that Courtney is going to be done with the paint on it. And so once Courtney gets done with the paint, then it's going over to Randy Haywood's shop, and they're going to he's going to finish. I don't know if you've noticed those nice connectors with the aircraft fittings that are on Randy's bulkhead. Only half of the wiring harness goes through there because it's got the 600. So Randy Haywood is doing that. Clearly, I hate wiring. I'm not really good at anything.
You would give Randy a lot of angst if you wired his car.
Yeah, you think? Oh, I did wire it, and it's driving him crazy.
Yeah,
but but it runs, and so that's all I care about. I care about the functionality of it.
Slow down, you're missing all these comments.
Okay, but anyway, so Randy Haywood is going at Carolina. I can't remember the name of his shop. It's down there in Wilmington somewhere, Carolina something. But he is going to redo the wiring harness, going back through the firewall. I don't know if they're going to do anything in tidying up all the wiring or not. I mean, which is fine if he does. If he doesn't, that's fine too. And so then when it leaves there, then he got hooked up with Jason Braswell, and so we know the cold side piping and the hot side piping was going to have to be redone because we were going to move some things around. Those headers, the header flanges, they are, they're just a lot bigger. So I don't know if y'all go back and if y'all been watching for a while, I mean, when we did those headers for the turbo, it kicked my tail, and all I did was weld the collectors on. We bought collectors and welded them on, made them one piece, and oh my goodness, it kicked my tail, like bad. So Jason Braswell at Braswell Performance. Once Randy gets done, the car's going to go to Braswell, and then I guess I need to back up. We're going to get done with the motor. Courtney's going to get done with the paint. We're going to set the motor in. Then it's going to go to Haywood, or it might go to, I don't know. Maybe, that's probably need to order. It needs to go in. Then it's going to go to Haywood to get rewired. And then it's going to go to Braswell to make the hot side and the cold side. So Jason Braswell is going to do that, Braswell Performance. So that's going to work out good. We that order may swap around a little bit.
Michael asked, is the new car going to be Copper Coat 2.0?
Yes, absolutely. That was the quickest answer ever.
Carolina Dyno is Corey's.
Yeah, that's right. The Carolina Dyno is Randy Haywood's shop up there.
Hey, Easy Bees podcast is on.
What's up, man? How
Red
are you?
Apple's on.
Let me go.
So many comments.
I suck with keeping up with the comments. Thank you.
You're welcome. They all know it.
I just do. I just get blah 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 blah. Just too talking.
Hey, Australia.
So we have a good time though, man. I've been busy. Last night we went to Charlotte. Me, Kelly, Chase, and one of our neighbor friends, one of Chase's friends, we went to the Christmas lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So that was a blast. But it's like 3 hours each way for us. So that took up, all of our day yesterday, which was a blast. And then today I went and winterized the motorhome, and then I changed the spark plugs in the smart car. Oh my God, what a pain in the butt. That was ridiculous. The little the bolts. What are you doing, Kelly?
I'm trying to get onto the live so I can look at the comments.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting sick of waiting you to.
I'm going. Hold on. But anyway, the nuts that hold down the coils on the coil on plug were stripped out. So man, it took me like 3 hours to do that, but I finally got it all done. So smart car, it's not really running any better. I was hoping it was going to run a little bit better, but it's not. I guess they just run bad. It's been busy. Going tomorrow back over to Brian's shop, B&K Performance, and we're going to get working on it, making it back into radial trim. So there is another no prep race next weekend. It's at Roxborough. It was supposed to happen this weekend, but it got pushed off. But we're trying to get ready for Cletus's race because next Tuesday we're going to be driving to Florida. And so that's going to be a blast. It's actually open to the public this time. And so we're going to be down there with a Christmas tree on top of a car. Do I get to take the family Christmas tree this time?
You're telling me that you're going to take the family Christmas tree.
I'm taking the family Christmas tree. I'm taking the family Christmas tree. Yeah. Yes. It's gonna be fun. We have to have an 8-foot Christmas tree. I think our tree is sufficient. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be okay. We gotta work out some details with the Christmas tree. But so we gotta get this car back into radial trim. And so getting the car back into radial trim, basically what I gotta do, I've got to take the single adjustable front struts that have like the 80 inches of travel. I mean, they got tons of travel. And so I got to get those off. I got to put back on the radial valve struts. Those are strained struts. And of course, I've got the QA1 shocks on the back, so I don't need to do anything to those. Those things are so versatile, man. They're just a really, really good shock. And so the back ones, I'll just tighten everything up, snug everything down. I do have to change the control arm angle. I'm going to take the upper bars and move it down probably a hole or two, probably one hole, just to give it a little bit more anti-squat. We're taking the golf cart batteries out of it. We're going to put Randy's lightweight battery in it. And so we're going to, hopefully that'll get about 100 pounds off of it. We went I don't know if I can share the time. When we were at the radio race at 28's Gone Wild, we went fast. It wasn't my personal best in the 8th, but it was within a 10th and a half of it. And that's with the Hughes converter, no prep stator in it. And it was working pretty good. I do have a 355 gear in it now. I was thinking ahead when I changed that gear, took the 373 out, put the 355 in it. So that's the 355 is going to help. I still have the radio, the no prep stator in it right now. I got it with Pete from Hughes. He's been at PRI, but he's trying to get me a stator done, a radial stator, so that we can have a full radial setup when we go to Bradenton in 2 weeks. And so we're going to strap a tree on the car. And if I can get Kelly and Chase are going to go with me. So I don't run quarter mile a lot. But my goal, this is a crazy goal. I can't even believe I'm going to tell you what my goal is. If I can get the radial stator in it, my goal is to go 699 at 200 miles per hour.
Oh my God.
Into quarter mile. I know, right? With a Christmas tree on top of my car. And it can do it. The car, that little 364 is freaking gangster. It is a bad to the bone little small block Chevrolet. You know, there's a lot of stuff in it that a lot of machine shops probably would frown upon. But luckily, my machinist, Richard Coates, he kicks tail, and he's able to take my crap and my crazy ideas and and make it work mostly. Hopefully, I don't blow it up this time. I blowed it up last time.
What was the name of the prize winner again? People are jumping on or asking.
The people just coming up.
Tony.
Troy Ammann.
Amann. Sorry.
Amann.
He won the John's old, dirty, nasty, burned tire cover.
But he said he wanted it.
Yeah, no. I mean,
and we're going to sign it and give him a t-shirt.
All good.
So, yeah, Kelly's like, what? Hey, maybe we can just, everything we blow up. That's what actually Courtney had a good idea when we were at the track the other day when we changed spark plugs, clean up the spark plugs and, maybe sign the box and give them to some kids or throw them in some orders and stuff. Just some crazy stuff. Just to, because not everybody is able to buy stuff. And, he's right.
So you're getting a couple questions too about the membership. So the channel membership, there's a join button next to the subscribe button. And that's how you join the membership. It's like $4.99 a month. And John goes live just really like this every Wednesday. And then Randy hops on and Brandon and a few other people hop on. I come on once in a while and just talk racing.
Yeah,
every Wednesday. So you get 4 lives for that $5.
We really, and it's fun, man. It's just like a BS session. This is exactly how we set it up. Except we have the third party. So I'll have like a box. I'll have like me, Randy, Brandon, or Zach hops on. And the other thing is you guys can hop on too, because I'll send a code, and y'all can jump on if y'all want to show us your cars. And, we'll talk drag race and talk shop. I mean, if you got any questions, like I said, I say it all the time. I'm not a professional anything. I try my best, and, it is what it is. I hack a bunch of stuff up too, but I'll give you my ideas. But there's some smart people that are on the live with us too. And so I'll say something crazy, and then one of the guys over there in the chat, they'll be like, well, or you could do it this way. And they're right.
Some smart people.
We have some very smart people that are on there. And, it really helps. And so, like Rodney is here. So he's the one we went and helped out when we went to Las Vegas. Rodney, what's up? So if they got the little TJ beside him, E85 Cornstar, that's a funny name. And then, like Courtney's the Paint and Paper Hustle. If they got the little TJ, then they're members. And so I hopefully they have fun. I mean, I have fun, and I think they do too.
Well, the other big thing is, a lot of people send John questions, and it's getting to the point where he just can't answer them all. That sometimes people are trying to send me questions to give to John. Don't do that. Because I don't have a good way for forwarding them to him. But if you're a member, you can email. There's a special email just for members, and then he can hop on and answer them live, or you can like talk back and forth with them.
And what we do is, we share the information. So we talk about it live on there, and we get input from everybody else. I'll give you my 2 cents. And then, it's always, how it is. If you've got a question, there's always somebody in the room that's got a question, and some people have answers. So it's just really fun. I mean, that we go in there and we're able to hammer out ideas and, try to get, your car, working better. I share a lot of information in there too that I can't really share like on my live stuff, just because I catch a lot of flack from like the no time people. But I show a lot of data logs. What?
No, Bradley's like, oops, sorry, Kelly, I just sent you a PM about joining. No, that's okay. I don't mind that. Like, if you have a question about like merch or like my side of the business, you can send me a PM all you want.
And that's like
But
Kelly.
don't send me car questions because I'm just like, I don't know.
What did you say about changing the headlight?
What size engine is this? I have no clue. Somebody asked me that at Dig or Die. I was like, don't know.
It's 364 cubic inches small block Chevrolet. You got to know the basics, Kelly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I need a cheat sheet.
it is fun, man. We have a good time. It is it's definitely a great great. I have fun. I mean, hopefully everybody else does too. It's a great atmosphere. Let's see. I'm gonna try to catch up on some of these. Rodney, we have not. He's got to get with Kevin to see what their chambers are, and that is going to be the thing that he's going to ask Kevin. I want to put a thicker head gasket on Randy's motor, just to make it so that I like having less quench. There's a lot of people that like having tighter quench and higher compression, but for me, I like the tunability. You do lose a little bit of probably horsepower, but it's negligible from what I have seen, versus having a crap load of horsepower. I mean, a crap load of compression with the tight quenches. But yeah, we have a good time. Randy's is coming. He's full force. Racing this season is going to be freaking crazy, man. I was just looking. We have a Chef and Parker on Facebook. He has a really, really good schedule. He keeps up with the racing. If y'all are on Facebook, if y'all want to go, type in Carolina Small Tire Drag Racing Connection, and he has a list that he keeps up when he sees people post with dates. Kelly, this is our racing season.
Oh,
Look, already it's not.
You need to send me that link so I can put it on Jack Stand Racer's schedule, because I haven't updated that schedule in a while.
Yeah, and we kind of were trying to do this too, but on our Jack Stands Racers, but we kind of have not been.
We got a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, we kind of overwhelmed with other stuff. But I mean, this one I need to send Chef, and there's a no prep race the January 1st, and there's not much happening in January. When it kicks off in February, the end of February. Is every weekend some type of racing, either no prep racing or either radial racing, or there's something racing. Carolina's is we do not lack racing at all. I mean, you can race every weekend, but me and Kelly were just talking, and I've said it time and time again that just because there's a race on every weekend doesn't mean you have to race every weekend.
But I got to tell you, if he decides not to go, he gets a little agitated.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Well,
it's okay though.
she said earlier, she's like, we hadn't really had a good vacation. I was like, we're going to go on lots of vacations next year. What was my response? During the week.
At the track.
I said during the week. During the week, Monday through Friday, I'm going to take off work. We're going on family vacation. We'll be at the racetrack.
For the weekend. Well, I did tell him. I told him the other day, you guys, he's never happier than when he's at the track. Like, that's just his element. He's happy there. He loves being around all his friends and around you guys, and that makes me happy that he's happy. So,
oh
yeah. See, I said it on recording.
Yeah.
Now you can play this back for me next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna just. That's what I'm. Next time. Next time I say I'm going to the track, you look at me sideways.
It's your happy place.
I have a happy place here too.
Well, yes, obviously, but
I got an awesome wife, guys. But yeah,
that's a given.
But yeah, so it is doggone. It's crazy though. We have a good time with the channel, and it's growing like crazy. I really appreciate everybody jumping on and watching the videos. I just can't thank y'all enough. And I mean, it's amazing that people they want to see what we're doing. And I mean, we're just hacks. I mean, I'm a hack. I mean, I've got a lot of people that are really good and professionals, but I'm a hack. I mean, it's just, I just am. I've always done stuff on a budget. I'm a budget racer.
That's
to
why
where
they like it.
I mean, that's what, I make the best do with what I can. I mean, I just don't throw money at it.
So you got a couple questions about what you're going to do with the old car when the new car gets running, and Turbo Monza wants to buy some parts. And yeah, are you going to sell the car?
I don't know what's going to happen with the new car yet. The new car, I took it to my buddy over at Junior Bizzle. Not Junior Bissett. He offered. He kind of saw what my holdup was, and Brian is so busy at his shop. He doesn't have time to help me with it, and I don't have time to go over there and work on the sheet metal side of it. JW over there, he was on one of my videos the other week when I was fixing my rear end, and so him and Keith and Ryan were out there messing with his tub in his car, which is Brian's old car, but it's coming back to life this year in a no prep form. And they were out there for like 6 hours on one tub. He said he got the other one done a lot faster, and he was willing to help me on it. But I mean, he's tied up doing everything too. So it's just hard to get time to build another car. And so this one, hopefully I'll have this once I get it back from Junior and the sheet metal is done. All he's doing is the sheet metal, and we're going to try to, the chassis cert guy goes over to his shop. Excuse me. So we're going to try to get, while it's at his shop, I'm going to try to get him, the chassis guy, to go over there and inspect it. And hopefully I can get it 25.5 certified. And so once it gets certified, then I'll get it back from him. So I'll have sheet metal done, and then I'll have to do, it's rolling essentially. And then I've got to, tidy up the gears. I got to pull the center section out, make sure all that stuff's good. I didn't set all that stuff up. So we got to do that, put the brakes on it, and then we're pulling the motor and transmission out of the current car. My plan is when I get it out, we'll be at Brian's. I'll go ahead and turn the motor over, take the heads off of it, put bearings and rings on it. I've only had one season on those connecting rods, and then we can slide that thing back in, and we can make the first no prep race of the season, which is Corey's back at the track. I'd like to be able to test it before that. So my goal is like mid-February to have the new car running is the plan. If that doesn't work out, then I might be racing the old car. If the new car is more of a problem, I've got to get it so basically it is ready for me to just take the motor and transmission and plop it in there, and then do my hack wiring job on it, and then it'll be fine. So that's the plan with the new car. As soon as the new car is running and I feel fairly successful with it, then I'll start making a decision what I'm going to do with the old car. The reality for me is I've got so much time and data on this old car that we can just make it go. We can make it work in almost every scenario. It just acts funny when it gets on a tight track when it tries to get the wheels up. And as long as the wheels are on the ground, no prep is fine. It works good. But my problem, I'm scared, honestly. I'm afraid that I'm going to get the new car together, and this thing's going to go out there and it's going to have new car bugs, and I'm going to spend a year trying to get it so that it works proper. I ain't going to spend that long on it, honestly. It's one of those things that I'll get it together, and within a month or two, if I haven't made significant headway, I'll be pulling all that motor stuff out, and I'll be putting it back in the old car, and then we'll be racing the old car again. With the only exception with that, I will probably, take the 9-inch out, put the 9-inch in the old car, just so that I can get away from those 8.8, rear end problems. But if everything goes good in the new car, the old car is going to get steel doors back on it, and that's not really all I got to do. I got to put steel doors on it with roll-up windows, and it'll be a rolling chassis with essentially an 850 cage. And then I've got to decide what I'm going to do with it. I may put a 5.3 in and cut the funny car cage out of it, and I've had that car for like 15 years. So I've had it for a very long time, and so it's an ex-highway patrol car. It works good, but I don't know. I might put a 5.3 in it, just street drive it, or potentially if I can get an aluminum 5.3 in it, maybe make that like a more legit, like a back of the track, like Darlington or Dig or Die, where you don't have to go super, super fast. And so put it so that would be competitive there. And then I can focus on the new car. I don't know I can't fund two cars. Two cars would be hard to fund. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet. New car, hopefully we'll get going, and we won't have any problems, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with the old car. I may sell it. I may sell the old car, or either I may raffle it off, or I may, do a giveaway with it, to where you buy some merchandise and then you get entered to win. I don't know yet, but it's going to be at the earliest that would happen would be like next probably honestly July. And then also the other thing that Brian was mentioning the other day is, man, just get a good car cover and just throw it under the car cover and then just let it sit. And then if you wreck the new car, which is we do no prep racing, so that's a definite possibility. Then you got a backup. That's a good idea too. So I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Boost is my friend. What's up, man? How are you? He's got a good YouTube channel as well. He's over in the mountains. Y'all go check out him. Boost is my friend. He's got an awesome car. He crashed his. A perfect example. He crashed his not too long ago as well. Ease and Beast podcast. Good point. Kelly's got a YouTube channel as well. He said, "Go." It wouldn't hurt. Subscribe to Kelly's channel.
Thank you.
Paper bead rollers. She does paper bead roll. See all this roll stuff back here.
I'm gonna post the membership link in a second, so they'll be able to see it.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna post the link? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the link and put it in the chat because some people.
T-Bone 67. What's up?
That's why I went to grab my laptop.
Oh, okay. My goal at Turbo Mazda said, he said 430 is easy. I haven't been 430s. I've been low 450s. I think I can go 445, maybe 440. I don't think you could go 30s at the weight it is, but my goal is to go to 699, and that's going to take it. It's going to have, in order to go 699 at Cletus's race, it's going to have to go a bottom 50. It'll have to go a 48 to 50, and I think we can do that. Shoot, we might be able to do that with the Hughes, because the Hughes converter, it applies very soft, but as it starts, as the RPM is going up, it is locking up pretty tight. And I think by the quarter mile, it'll have a pretty good lock number.
Troy saw it, 81. He sent us an email.
Sweet. All right, Troy. Congrats, man. We'll sign that thing.
Oh, he said you're the nicest wife ever.
I do have the nicest wife ever. She's awesome.
And he said, P.S. you drive the shit out of the car.
Speaking of driving, I wanted to talk about that too. I saw one of my buddies, Houston Payton. I don't know if y'all go to his channel. I'm plugging a bunch of other channels tonight, which is awesome because they're my friends and I want their channels to grow and be successful too. So on YouTube, Houston KOTV. So he's got the Fairmont, but he's got a twin turbo Coyote too. And so y'all go check out his YouTube channel. He's posting the Fairmont, or the Zephyr is coming back to life. But he was down at the Dig or Die, and they were doing a little bit of street action, and they were I think he was in the street car class with the street car. And so he's having a blast out there. But he made a post on Facebook the other day. And the picture, apparently people were giving him crap about lifting. He let off the gas when he was on the street. And like, if you look at the picture he posted, he was pointing toward the other car. You can see the headlights pointing into the other car. And he was trying to justify to himself. And I was like, dude, if you lift, and if you are a racer and you get out there and you do crazy stuff, there's nothing, being the backseat driver, the side seat driver, or the hindsight, that stuff will get you sometimes. And people, you should have lifted. Sometimes you even question yourself. You're like, man, I should have lifted, or I should have pedaled it and got back on it, or blah blah blah. You're always second guessing yourself. But when you're in that moment, when you are driving these race cars, and your gut instinct, when you feel something, you might not be able to explain it at all afterwards, but when you feel something and something freaking happens and you lift or pedal or input, whatever, that's your gut instinct, man. That's what you got to do. That's the way you drive these. And that's always the right choice, is whatever you made that decision. And I see people all the time, they get beat up, they wreck a car, or something happens, or they don't wreck a car, and they question it, and people are always, well, they should have done this, or they're not a good driver. We all just do the best we can do. And so if you pedal the car, if you grab the scramble button, if you turn the wheel to the left, that's what your gut instinct was telling you. And so that's always the right choice, man. Don't ever let anybody beat you up over, what you were doing in the car, because you made the right choice, what you felt in the car. My buddies rib me all the time. I hate wheelies. I hate. And so I got to the point where I would pedal it quick. And the reason why is outside the car, you see the car come up, and it might not be going that high, but in the seat of the pants, something you can't see on the outside is how fast the rate of acceleration that it was going up. And so you pedal the car real fast, and then, it's just the right move, man. So Houston, don't ever let anybody make you question what you did. And I question myself all the time. When I got outrun, in against Chicken Hawk in the final, I was watching the video, and man, I had my hand like on the scramble for like a second and a half, 2 seconds, and I didn't press it until I got out there further. And I'm like, why didn't I press it sooner? And when I was in that moment, clearly I felt the car moving around a little bit, and so I didn't think it would take it. And so I questioned myself. But when you're in these moments, man, it's your gut instinct. Always go with your gut instinct.
Don't forget to talk about that W's comment.
Oh, yeah. W's comment. So I had a few comments also. And something happened in Limpy's. In Limpy's Live, somebody made a stupid comment. Somebody asked, well, what happened to Turbo John? And somebody was being stupid and said, oh, well, he got disqualified because he was cheating with W tires. And I had just gotten outrun by Chicken Hawk. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? I can promise you guys one thing. You will never, ever, ever catch me in a gray area or flat out cheating in the class. I mean, there are racers that live in the gray area. They love it. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not going to live in the gray area. I talk crap to Kent and Eric Hunt and all them about tightening up the gray areas. They got this set of rules here, and there's some gray there. Tighten it up, man. But so I have no idea who made the comment. I hadn't went back to Limpy's feed to actually see. I mean, it's probably just somebody being stupid. I mean, there's no telling. But I had several people that like messaged me like, "Did you really get caught with a W tire?" I mean, no.
You like to lose honestly.
I mean, and I got outrun by Chicken Hawk, and I mean, freak man, he just kicked my tail, and I went a personal best, and I'm excited when I go personal best. I don't care, win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. We're out there. I mean, of course, it'd be nice to get into the money and win $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000. But if you don't, guess what? It is what it is.
I already had that spent in my head. I'm just saying.
We went through the first round, and Kim was like, how much is the purse? We're like one round. I was like, we got a long ways to go before we get to that.
I know. Well, there's one other thing, though, I want to say about that. Your loss to Chicken Hawk. So I was trying, and guys, you have to forgive me because I'm not a car girl. I just, I'm here because I love this guy. And I'm learning what I can, but I'm trying during races when I'm there to update you guys in the Facebook group a little more, but I don't really know what I'm talking about. So just forgive me for stupid comments if I do any. But when he lost to Chicken Hawk, I posted something like, oh, sadly we lost, but it was a good race. And a couple of people were like, yeah, right, it's a good race. But I take my attitude from him. Like when he loses, honestly, Chicken Hawk outran him, right? And so it was a good race. Like if he lost because he red letter, if he lost because something went wrong with the car, that's not such a good race. But when it's a good race and he just gets outrun, that's a good race, even when we lost. Yeah, you will never see me gripe and complain and show my tail. When I get outrun. Now, I'm very hard on myself. And Brian can really tell you this because we went to Georgia, back in our Ultra Street days, and 500 miles from the house, and I red lit in first round. I about lost my shit on myself. So I mean, I'm very hard on myself. I have very high expectations for myself. But when somebody outruns me and they do better, man, that's awesome, man. That's what it's about, right? You want to. That's going to make my program better. He put the gap train on me, and so Chicken Hawk is super fast. I know how fast he is, and I know how fast I got to be able to be competitive with him. And he got down to 4 cars. So, I mean, it was fun, though, man. We have a good time. But, yeah, you won't ever – I mean, I'm super hard on myself. But, man, when I get outrun, if I don't do nothing stupid, it's – that's what it's all about. Let's see. Oh, Ronnie said he got his blanket. Those blankets are awesome, aren't they? And Ronnie, did you get your magnets yet? So the magnets for the tire covers were not supposed to come until January, but they got here early. So I sent you your magnets too.
Oh, excuse me.
You have a couple questions in here that I don't.
I'm trying to. Okay, what does it say? I can't see it.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back and find it.
Squirrels Chronicle, you're right. She's pretty too.
Aw, that's so nice. How often do you freshen up your engine, and how do you tell when?
I usually pull. So I usually pull my motor apart when it exits a rod.
True.
That's usually how this conversation works. I come home, I go, Kelly, we're gonna have to fix the motor. I broke it. She goes, how bad did you break it? Well, there was a lot of oil under it. It's through the oil pan.
Did the rod come out?
Did the rod come out the motor? But last season it actually started spinning the spacer bearing when we were at Cletus's race, and so it actually did not spin it all the way. So but we took it out. There was 2 seasons on those rods, and so we put new connecting rods in it, new bearings. I actually have 2 seasons on the rings now because the rings were on back order last year because they're CP bullet pistons, and it takes a special ring that nobody had. And so this is the 2nd season on those rings. So usually it's a good idea every season. Pull it apart. My aluminum rods, I'm going to try to get 2 seasons all the time. And then hopefully we don't hang a rod out the side. So, I mean, that's just the goal, is to not do that. Michael, I saw the 355 gear. It went pretty fast, mile per hour. I can't really say what it went, but it went the fastest pass I've ever been against Chicken Hawk, ET and mile per hour at Darlington. I'm sorry, at Rockingham. Well, Rockingham and Darlington. That was my personal best. So that was freaking awesome. 355 gear, I could have definitely left a little bit harder, I think.
Rodney says, remember, Kelly, all you wanted was someone to fix your car. Now you've been married to him and have Chase. Like, he didn't even have a race car when we started dating. He totally lulled me into complacency.
That was a trap, apparently. So when I sold my car
the week we met.
We met. We were cool before the internet was cool. We met on MySpace.
Yeah.
That was back. God, that was a long time ago. So I met her, and I actually borrowed my buddy's truck, Shannon Horton, and because I had an old beater, and I borrowed his truck, my trailer, and I drove to Washington D.C., got rid of the race car, and so we dated. We only dated for like probably 2 or 3 weeks, and I had another Mustang though.
It was the first year before you bought that other Mustang.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Was it that long? It was the Mustang that I own now, though.
Yes.
It was the one we need to go back and look at the.
But we met in 2006. Right?
It was. Well, we need to go look at the. If we go back all the way to the beginning of this YouTube channel, I've got it where we were at Piedmont. It was white, and we broke it at Roxborough. Remember we broke the axle?
Tires fell off.
Yeah, the tire. We broke the axle.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And so
tires went rolling down the track.
So anyway, you guys understand, and she understands now. I mean, drag racing is a way of life. I mean, it's a hobby that we do, but it also is. I mean, if you guys are like me, I'm riding down the road thinking about how I can make my car faster. I mean, I don't think about my haircut or I mean, what you laughing at?
Nothing.
Clearly I ain't got much hair, but I don't think about. I mean, I think. What do you think about when you're riding down the road doing nothing? Do you think about your paper bead business, or what do you think about? You think about politics, or do you think about?
I think about my paper bead business, and I think about what I'm going to do when I get home, and I think about you, and I think about Chase.
Well, I think about you and Chase and basketball.
No, but when we ride down the road, you talk on the phone with racing people like all the time. You're always on the phone talking about racing.
Drag racing is a lifestyle. It really is. It really is. It's encompassing.
Yeah.
It encompasses your daily life. Even when you're not racing, I mean, you're trying to figure out how to go faster, and it's crazy how much money and effort and time we spend, to try to make that happen. And you're thinking about how to get faster, how to get quicker. Okay, well, I'm gonna change these bar angels, or I'm gonna change, these tires. I'm gonna try this different tire pressure, and man, it's just crazy. But it takes up so much time. But I roped her in because I got rid of my car, and then she didn't understand the drag racing.
You did take me to the track a few times.
Yeah,
you didn't have a car, but it's a whole different thing. But that's one thing that when we got married, that's one thing I promised you was I would never ask you to stop racing.
Right.
Because I recognize how important that is to you.
Oh.
Just like you'd never ask me to stop crafting.
Right. Don't craft no more.
Hey.
Of course not. I mean, you got to have hobbies, and you got to have, but it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I suckered her in a little bit.
65 Muzzy said, did W Tire stop the first round duck? Ha ha ha.
Yeah. The first round duck shirt, that thing is crazy. And I always got it with me so that when I go out first round, I and throw that bad boy on and be up there on the starting line.
We decided we're going to probably either order a few more of those, or I'm looking at how I can get it to be that print on demand, because so many people want it, and we only have there's 2 3Xs and smalls and mediums on the website right now.
Yeah, we just don't have a lot, but we just don't have the funds. Shirts are expensive, and people when they order a ton of them, or maybe we're not doing it right, but when we order a lot to get a good price, then we end up having to sit on the shirts and the stuff for months and months and months, and that's money I could be spending in the race car.
Yeah. Bobby Lewis says he loves the in-depth video, the new video with valve clearance, etc. Helps a lot of others understand what it takes.
And Bobby, that's exactly what I try to do. That's kind of how I started the YouTube channel, was just trying to show what we're doing the right or the wrong way, but just showing what we're doing. And then, it's just one of those things. I mean, if it can help people, I think we've got a pretty good understanding of, the radial suspension stuff and how that stuff works. And, the biggest thing is that a lot of people get hung up on numbers, but the biggest thing is get out there and, let go of the trans brake button, get good video. And then once you get the video, you can see what the car is doing. And so that's what we've been doing. And we've been racing, forever. It's just one of those things. Me and Brian got this car built, honestly, 15 years ago, and it's been progressing as we've been going. And so it's amazing what you can do. You can throw a bunch of money at it, but you can also take your time and, and just get the car running and just pick away at it. Daniela said, why did you pick a small block Chevrolet? Because it was cheap. I had a small block Ford in it, and Brian had a customer, the original small block Chevrolet. He was giving up on racing. He was parting out his stuff. And so I bought the whole truck from him, sold the truck, took the motor and transmission out. Brian got the transmission, I got the motor, and it just happened to be a small block Chevrolet. And, a lot of people, I get a lot of hate too. A lot of people, the Ford purist or the Chevrolet purist, the LS people, that are, LS is the only way to go. I catch some hate on that, transplanting the small block Chevrolet into Ford. But, guys, for me, it's all about horsepower. And it's funny when me and Randy were in Las Vegas, we were riding down the strip on the way back from the track, and some freaking lowriders come by us, straight from Compton. They were the 60s, real stretched out, real low, the little teeny wheels. And dude, I was smiling ear to ear. That was freaking awesome. Anytime now, and maybe it's because as I get older, because when I was younger, if I'd see a Honda or something, I would, hear the blah, blah, blah. I would the loud raspiness. It would always get under my nerves. Oh, get a V8. But now I'm like, dude, do your thing. You see the Honda out there, making 500 horsepower with 4-cylinder. That's impressive, man. And so it's just now it's about hot rodding. You can hot rod anything. You ride by me in a freaking smart car and it's freaking hot rodded. Dude, man, that's awesome. It is just, it's awesome to do that. So I fell into the small block Chevrolet, and, I love it because it's easy. And, I'll probably stay small block Chevrolet until I grenade it to the point to where I can't rebuild it. I would love to have a big block Chevrolet, but that's just not capable. My budget is not there to do that.
Ray Murphy asked, what did your car run when you first built it?
When I first built my car, so I got that motor. It was 421 cubic inches. It had flat tops on it. It had iron profiler heads, 235 cc's. It had a 3.875 stroke. Compression was it was 11.5, 12 to 1. We were on E85. We had a 75 millimeter turbo. I could not afford to change the motor. Everybody, me included, we said, this is never going to work. I'm going to get run over. I should put nitrous on it. I put a box stock S475 on it, and we ended up out the trailer. We went a 575 in the 8th mile. And I was like, oh, that was right in the hunt. So it wasn't long. My buddies, Jason Rigney and Fox Rodder and Shannon and Brian, they had different combinations, but we were all running about the same. And I was like, oh, well, maybe, the rumor that you got to have a very small motor, to make a turbo work. was, I mean, they were running 22, 24 pounds of boost with the same turbo. It would only make 16 pounds of boost on mine, but it didn't matter. It worked. And so it was very, very fast. And so I was like, oh, okay, so we're good. And I kept refining it. I ended up going like 520s, 516. At some point in the class racing, I used to get a 50-pound weight break for iron heads. And it didn't take but a couple seasons, and my 50-pound weight break got took away from me because I was going so fast. You know, I was able to go fast with, you know, that junk. And but it was just because you tweak with it. The car was in the garage. I was out there every night, you know, 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, adjusting the valves, looking it over, just making sure everything was right, and just tweaking it, minor tweaks. Let's play with the fuel. I was blow through carburetor back then. You know, let's play with the timing a little bit. Let's read the plugs again. Let's see if we can get a little bit more out of this. And it's amazing how fast you can go, you know, tweaking stuff. And so that actually ended up changing heads because I cracked the iron heads when we went to methanol. But I ended up going turbo, you know, increasing the turbo size, and cracked those heads. Went with a bigger turbo. Went with an aluminum set of heads, and then once we did the aluminum set of heads, we ended up going faster. I ended up going a 452 at 163 mile per hour with the scat crankshaft, the I-beam rods, and, you know, and then I broke a rod, and then we went and changed crank in the rods.
They're having a fight about Ford and Chevy in the comments.
Look, see, y'all stop.
Ford and Chevy, you can copy my homework, but make it a little different so the teacher don't see. Have you ever ran a supercharger instead of turbos?
Randy's car, when we first started helping Randy, he had a Pro Charger on his, and it was good. But, you know, Pro Chargers are hard on parts. You know, everything. I mean, if you look at, you know, we busted a couple turbo Pro Chargers, valve train issues, which we ended up having valve train issues anyway, even when we went to turbo, because he ended up having a rocker issue. But we would have on, I don't know if it was just his, but we would have like starter bolt come loose. We would like randomly, like Bellhausen bolts were backing out. I mean, just from the vibrations and the harmonics. So it was definitely, it was hard. I had a supercharger back in the day, back in the 90s, 95. I had a Paxton SN95, and you know, that thing made a bunch of power. But I blew my motor up because I didn't know how to tune it. And I had that was back when you had to do the mail order chips, or, you know, you had to spend, you know, $5,000 on fast system. And so that didn't work out. And so I took it off quickly and sold it and went back to nitrous.
What's the compression of the small block?
My compression is about 11-1. It's got flat tops on it. It's a pretty small chamber. I thought it was a little lower than that, but it's about 11-1 now. I think maybe 10.5, 11-1. As much as I can promise y'all, I'm gonna do it too. When I put rings in this motor, I can guarantee you the top ring, I can get it out. It ain't got no tension left. I'll probably be able to bend it over into an S shape pretty easy. So I mean, I get some blow by. When the motor gets warm, cranking it, you can tell it's lost most of its compression.
What's the quickest you've been in the 1.8?
452 at 162, 163 is the fastest I've been with a time slip. Few passes after that, I'm confident and went in the 40s, but we didn't get any tickets. It was no clock, no ticket. And then I changed it.
Somebody has to tell us about the first time you were at the track.
So the first time I was at the track, my first experience ever, my first drag racing experience ever, I had my first car, 1984 Trans Am. It was my buddy Ronald. He rode in it. He's like, man, I think it's fast. He's like, let's take it to the track. We went to Rico, and I let go of the foot brake, matted it. It busted through there at like 10 something. It was crazy. It was a 305 or 350. But man, that was the bug. That was the hook that got me, you know, going. We used to race at Rico, Thunder Valley, 710, Fayetteville all the time. I mean, all the time. It was crazy, crazy. But yeah, I mean, the car things have progressed. I mean, it's crazy how easy it is to make power now. You look how fast we're trying to make Randy's, and I mean, we're trying to honestly. The goal for Randy's car is to go 4.0s, and it's going to be capable of doing that. My car, we just we try to. Brian's car and Randy's car, kind of the cars that are going to be the prep cars. My car is going to be no prep car. Junior's car, JW's car is going to be no prep cars, and so. When JW brings his car out this year, I'll have me a teammate that we can bounce some ideas on. I'll be helping him tune on his, and between our group I'm telling you, man, that having two cars, having a team of cars makes a world of difference where you can share information. So I am hoping that the no prep game can pick up. We can get JW. Up to, the level that I am at really fast. And then once we do that, then me and him will be able to really, bounce our information off of each other and hopefully go fast. Yeah, Boost is my friend. I mean, yeah, Nigel's car, I mean, that thing is sick. God, that thing is sick. I mean, there's no question that thing's going to go, I mean, it's already, I think it's been a 412 or no, 415, 420. With a stop block. I don't remember what it was, but it was super fast. Let's see. So y'all don't forget, there's a few more people on here to see if y'all want to see some progress on Randy's car. Right now, it's at our buddy's shop doing some paint work. The paint and paper hustle. That's Courtney. So he's kicking it out. So Randy's car, it looks like we're going to have no problem making, I think their first race is in March. Unless we want to go down south somewhere, but we shouldn't have any issue going out there. Nigel's been a 424 at 169. That is insane out of a stock block. And them boys can tune, and that car's pretty light. It works.
Bobby Lewis asks, how many times have you made it to the finals or won an event this year? Because your cars are pretty consistent. Do you keep track?
I don't even keep track.
So.
Makes no difference. I mean, I don't keep track. I mean, I go week to week. I go race to race. My goal is to always go rounds. My ultimate goal is to always make it past first round. And so when I get past first round, generally the butterflies kind of subside a little bit, and we start having more fun. I have fun the whole time. But man, I get nervous as all get out going up there for first round. It doesn't matter who I'm racing either. It's just insane the nervousness that you feel and those butterflies. But once you get up there and start doing those burnouts, generally it goes away. But yeah, so I have no idea. I have no idea how many rounds I won. I have no idea how many finals I made it to or how many I actually won. I guess we could go back and watch the videos, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm putting in, if I win or lose, when I get to the house, and actually when I'm on the way driving home, I'm trying to figure out how to make it faster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just the truth, win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Super chat.
Oh, dang, super chat. Earl, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Go straight to the race car.
Go straight to the race car. That's exactly right.
Mason, how much Buddy John Doc 415 in Florida?
Yeah, that is flying. I have not actually talked to John since they got back. That's quick. I was looking back through my videos earlier tonight. I need to call him tomorrow. We had our hair bet. He said he was going to go 175 mile an hour at Thunder Valley, but I don't think he did that. I got to find the video to make sure all the steps though. Because Christmas is almost here, and he hadn't been as fast. I don't think he's been 175 at Thunder Valley. I don't know how fast he went, but one of us is getting a haircut. He said he's going to make me. I'm going to have like a little sliver. It's going to look like sunshades in the back, and he's going to get the Dr. Phil cut.
Oh, you would not do that.
Yes, I am. He's going to get the Turbo John skullet. Hopefully it's growed out in the back some when we do it. I don't know. It don't matter if I win or lose that either. We had to go no hat. I think it said 2 or 3 days.
Anyway. Oh, you got your black hat on.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was showing people. We got our Turbo John hats.
Ricky S says, "Would you ever switch to big block?" Did you answer that already?
I would love to go big block. I got the green car, Rick Prospero, the green car that'll be down in Bradenton with us for Cletus's race. He's actually one that won it last year. He hit me up. I hit him up, and he's got some stuff. It's a good deal, but I just can't come up with the money to do it. He wants to sell me a complete intake to oil pan at a price that is unbelievable. But I just can't do it. And it's a field solid, steel block. And so trying to make it so that I'm doing the back of the track stuff. I'm trying to get the nose weight off of the car. And for the front of the track, it would be sick. I mean, I think he said it. I don't know if I can't see out here his times either. He's been 2 to 3 tenths faster than me at about 15 to 20 mile per hour faster than me at like 500 pounds heavier than what my car is going to be. So, I mean, it would be unfreaking believable if I could do that. But it's just not going to work out.
What did you think of the SCSN event? Will you be back next year?
Las Vegas, we may go back, man. It was fun. There's a lot of cars though, man. I was telling Rodney, I had a blast hanging out with the crew and everybody there. We had a great time, but man, the racing, getting one pass a day, or maybe if you're lucky, 2 passes in a day, man, that is just not our style. I mean, we are used to making pass after pass after pass. Oh, you want another pass? Okay, that's fine. Let's go get another pass. And you can run as many as you want. And even on race day, I mean, it's just there was a lot of cars there. I think they just had a lot of, a lot more people than what they thought they were going to have possibly. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. But I would love to go.
Somebody said, start a GoFundMe, call it Go Fund a Big Block.
Go fund a big block. That's funny. Yeah, I would definitely catch a bunch of hate on that. I'm going to pass on that for right now. What's up, Frankie? It said, when's your sheet metal work done? I'm hoping he'll have it done in about a month. That's what he is hoping. Luckily, I mean, all he's got to do, he can probably do it, honestly. I mean, he does tons of, that's what he does. I mean, he does chassis. I mean, he builds them from the ground up and he does 10 work. He can probably do it, honestly, in probably 10 or 15 hours. And whereas me, it would take me 40 to 60 hours and it would look like hammered horse poo if I done it. I can promise you I just don't have the patience that the JW and them were doing the other day. I mean, it just is not going to work out for me. And so it's just crazy, how some people, I guess it's like anything. The more you do it, the better you get, the more comfortable you are. And, the better the result is. But it's just one of those things. Hopefully it'll be done in a month, and that'll give me a month to get everything in so that we can go drag racing with the new car. I mean, that is the plan. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we have a lot of irons in the fire. Brian is completely redoing his car. JW is building his new car. I'm building my new car. Randy's is bringing his. He's basically building a new car with all the stuff that he's doing. So all of them should be coming together about the same time, and so it's going to be interesting to see, how everything goes, with my new car. And I was telling somebody, I don't remember who it was. I was talking to one of my buddies earlier today, and I will never do another car at this point like I've done now. The new car, I thought it was cool and it was fun building all the back half stuff. And I mean, that was fun. I definitely increased my skill set with TIG welding. I can, if Brian needs something TIG welded, or Randy, I can TIG weld it, aluminum or steel, and it will hold. It might not be the best looking, but it's going to hold and it ain't going to break. And that was kind of my goal with my car, is to make sure that I could do that stuff. And so it turned out pretty good. So I got another tool set for our team to where, if something happens, we can TIG weld, where we didn't have that previously. And so that's a good thing. But I will never build another car. Happy's fixing to build his. He bought a fully built 25.2 cage from John Gibbons. And so Brian's got a shell of a body, but they got to cut it all out, and it's going to be a lot of work. So Happy's got a lot of work to do to his. We got a lot of projects. And we've all got full-time jobs is the problem. We've all got full-time jobs, and then you don't have as much time to work on your other stuff.
I've got a bunch more questions.
Okay, Ray said, John, are you planning to run any of the No Prep Kings? Yeah, I'm gonna go to the ones for sure that are close. Darlington, Virginia, any of them that are close, we're gonna go hop in the small tire stuff. We had really good season with the small tire stuff with No Prep Kings. It was really fun too. Maybe they'll let us part with the not in the woods, in the weeds.
Somebody asked way earlier about some of those guys going into the small tire. Jackie and
Jackie and Chief.
Find it. Yeah.
Man, I think that's awesome. It's just going to bring more exposure to the small tire. And when the big name guys, start showing up, which we've got some heavy hitters in the small tire world already. And I can't wait to freaking line up against Jackie or Chief or whoever, is on a small tire. And let's see how we match up against those guys. And they're racers, man. If y'all watch any of the Midwest streetcar stuff, Jackie and Chief, they are putting in work, man. They are working on these things, and it's crazy. They're in a whole different league because of the TV show, of course. The TV show really propelled them to live the ultimate dream, right? Isn't that everybody's dream that loves drag racing, is to be able to drag race for a living, and people pay you to come to the track, and you're racing for good money, and you got sponsors to be able to do that. Dude, that would be freaking awesome. That's like the ultimate dream. And they get a lot of hate from people from that happening, and I think that sucks, because I think they're like us. They started off like us, and they're probably still like us as far as being racers that just want to race and have fun. And I'm sure at some point it probably changes a little bit. I know Chief and Jackie were planning on going to Darlington, and apparently they started getting a lot of hate about them showing up because of big money and all this other stuff. But the reality is when you're on the back of the track, y'all saw what happened to Bill Lutz. He come down there with his, he even calls his car a pro mod. He come down there with the baddest, car there is, and you still got to get down that surface, and it makes it difficult. It's a racer that's going to be able to get down it. Now, the No Prep Kings from the front of the track, honestly, that stuff is coming down to, it's just coming down to how sticky the track is, and they scrape it, but man, the track comes around and gets good. Y'all saw how fast Justin's car was. He posted times the other day in the pro mod class. That thing's unbelievably fast. And so when you get in to that type of power and that type of speed and that type of surface, then even the small tire cars at No Prep Kings, look how fast Zabo used to go. Zabo used to freaking kill it in small tire. Brent Self is super fast. And, he's been having issues, but those are, chassis cars that are, they're able to put down the power. I guarantee you Zabo used to go 450s and 460s at 170 mile an hour on the No Prep Kings in small tire. And, that honestly pushed a lot of the small tire cars away, because people, it was always, Zabo winning. That's why they called him the shootout king, is because if he showed out, he was mostly the winner if he showed up at the race. And, it's just one of those things. It's a fast, potentially fast class. Whereas the back of the track stuff, when you're on the rough asphalt, it's just not as fast. So that's where the back of the track is getting. It's amazing the amount of people that come to the back of the track versus the front of the track. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, Dennis Allen, man, I appreciate that. Another super chat, $20 for the $6.99 goal in Florida.
Sweet.
Boom.
Yay.
High five. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. But that we're going to try it. But yeah, we'll see. I think the big names are awesome, man. I think it's going to be phenomenal, honestly. I just hope that it works out and people don't, hammer them, and they just let them do their thing and go out there and have fun, man.
Did you say on the new car you're going to run a taller tire on the rear?
It's going to be small tire, 28 by 10s. If the rules allow a W, we'll run a W. If a lot of our local stuff does allow Ws. Most of the back of the track stuff says no W. Most of it will be 28 by 10 non-Ws. And then whenever we can run, like JJ's race, he allowed his small tire is a 29 and a half. And the Hoosier, if you get the right Hoosier, it actually is the width of a W from Mickey Thompson, but it's not a W. So we will probably we want to be able to run that, and that's what's on the car now is a set of 29 non-Ws. So we're making all the tubs and everything fit, and it'll. Junior said the tubs we bought, he said it'll actually be able to get a 32, 33, or 34 inch tire in there possibly. So I think we're going to be good. So possibly might put a big tire on it. The boys at Mac TV, Nikki Bobby, they bought that big tire Camaro, and boy, they got their teeth kicked in, struggling bad at dig or die. And that's why I was talking to him, man. And I was like, I was just waiting for a legit small tire racer to get a hold of a big tire car. And when I saw they bought it, I was like, oh, it's game over. They're fixing to dominate this big tire world. And that's what I told them. I was like, dude, and I was shocked to see that y'all were struggling so bad. And he was like, man, us too. And they had the same thought. They were like, okay, this is going to be a breeze. But apparently the big tires at the back of the track is no joke. It is very, very, very difficult. I'm sure they'll figure it out if they keep trying it. But, they were on the struggle bus big time. And so, the big tire stuff, I don't know if I'll ever try to jump into the big tire stuff out there. Just because, it looks like it is very, very, very difficult to make it work. And that's what, they told me some of the stuff they were going to try to make it work. But man, it was freaking crazy. I mean, it is, it was crazy, the chassis stuff. They're smart dudes. They'll figure it out and figure out how to make it work. Cause they're like me. Them boys are on a super slim budget, and they got to figure out how to make stuff work. They just can't throw money at it and change stuff that costs big money.
There was a question earlier I think I forgot to ask you about. They know Fox bodies are good, but what's another body style you could look at building a race car with?
Man, I don't know. I mean, Fox bodies. I have been messing with Fox bodies since I got outrun by one from my buddy after I had my Trans Am. So I've had a Fox body for forever. I see, some people are doing it with the Fairmonts. They're working out pretty good. But that's a Mustang chassis essentially. When you get into ladder bar and 4 links, they're all going to be essentially the same. I would just figure out, what do you like for looks and what can you get fiberglass parts for? Fiberglass front end, fiberglass doors, fiberglass deck lids. Because you want to be able to make that stuff as light as possible. But once you rigid everything up, put a 4-link in it or a ladder bar in it, you got a race car. 65 Muzzy said, what is your day job? I'm a health inspector. Been doing that for like 21 years. Getting old. Look at this gray.
Gonna retire.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to retire soon. That'll be fully gray by then.
You'll be a full-time racer.
That's the plan at some point. Let's see.
Do you run a dry sump system?
No, I've got oil in my oil pan. And the oil pump is in the pan.
Hey, someone from Winston-Salem.
What's up?
Nope. I used to live there.
Yeah, and the talking more about like Chief and them guys. What?
Alan Lord said the Larry the Cable Guy health inspector.
Yeah, I know, right? Drag racer. That's what anybody tells like my real job. They're like, you do what? But yeah, so it's I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for the back of the track. And you know how this stuff rolls. I mean, racing changes so dramatically. 1 week everybody is on the no prep, bandwagon, and then the next week everybody is on the radial prep, and then it's moderate prep, and then it's slicks, and then it's radials. I mean, there's no telling how long the no prep fad's going to last. But that the no prep world is just, man, I have a ball. I mean, everybody has a ball. I'm not digging the street stuff. We went out there to the Dig or Die. Y'all saw the videos from Street Race Channel and all the people that were out there. We were out there. Me and Donald and Brandon went out there, and Anthony, and it's about 11:15. I was like, we need to go back to the motorhome. I was like, this is going to be a cluster, and and it did end up. They got it off, but they got done racing at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Cops come. That's just not worth it. It's too much risk. Y'all saw I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but they had the big grudge race, the No Guts, No Glory, down in Orlando this weekend, and everybody crowding the starting line. And No Prep World is the same way as the grudge world is. The starting line just gets jam packed, and somebody actually, I think there was 3 people that got hit by a bullhorn of a car. And I'm trying to figure out how to upload 360-degree videos to YouTube, because I've got some 360-degree videos from this past weekend when we were at Dig or Die, and I want to make it so you can actually pan. And Kelly's gonna have to figure out how to do that. I read it and it was a little bit over my head,
Okay.
so I'm gonna need you to figure that out.
Tech girl on it.
But I want to do that so y'all can see the insanity. I mean, like it's just crazy doing a burnout. You stop, you get your puddle, and Milton and my guys hold the back of the car, try to keep it under control somewhat. But at any time, this thing can jump out, man. And it's just crazy. And you're doing a burnout, and all you can think about is, okay, God, I just hope I can get through the burnout and not hit nobody. Because I mean, people are close. They are way too close to the cars. But I don't know how they can fix it. I don't know how. I mean, they try. You constantly hear them, move back, get away from the cars, move back, and everybody moves back like 1 foot, and then they go back. So I mean, but it's just crazy, and it's a mixed feeling too, because like when you're pulling up and the crowd's there, and then they start splitting for you to come, it's like you're a gladiator almost. And you have that feeling, like, yeah. And so it's a good feeling, like pulling through the crowd, but then I wish they would kind of dissipate a little bit more. So I mean, it's just awesome, but it's so dangerous too. I mean, so it's just crazy. Let's see. Blue Dot.
When they run no pip races, are there motor restrictions, or can you run any motor, any setup?
Any motor, any setup, and it depends on where you're at. Some of the no prep stuff, no prep kings, it doesn't matter what you have. It can be a full chassis car, it doesn't matter. But like the back of the track, most of the back of the track stuff, they're putting restrictions on firewall and floor, just so they don't allow chassis cars, so you can't set the motor real far back, because the bulk of the cars are not set up, with the motor moved back. Back of the track stuff, if you move the motor back a foot, you got a huge advantage. And so, and that's what Chief and Jackie were talking about the other night. He was sharing a bunch of information, talking about, the mid plate to rear end set point. And that's basically just moving the motor back. And it also makes a difference with the wheelbase. When you have a longer wheelbase, it makes a difference also. So it's just one of those things. Oh, my laptop just went dim. That means the battery must be about to go dead.
Well, we went on for a while.
Oh yeah, wow! See, we've been on for an hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah.
This is what we do on our Wednesday nights, man. We just chat and have fun, and usually it's not just me talking though. I know I can get boring sometimes, and I can't believe I can freaking talk for an hour and 20 minutes. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's what someone asked earlier about Randy and Brandon, and they come on the Wednesday nights, but this was actually unplanned. John was just sitting on the couch. He's like, I think I'm going to go live.
Yeah, I was just like, I need to go live. So first we had to pick the winner. We had to pick the winner. So Troy was the winner of that. So we'll be sending out his tire cover and T-shirt. Man, that's an old beat up tire cover. He's going to be, well, we got some good pictures of him. I was going to say he's going to be disappointed.
You're going to sign it too.
I know, but it is beat up.
No, it's the kind of thing. It's just a souvenir kind of thing.
It is.
I mean, he might use it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, which will be awesome. It'd be good use. I mean, clearly it's a good tire cover. But yeah, so it is. It's fun, man. We have a good time. But yeah, so there's a lot of people on. 240 people. That's crazy, man. That's a lot of people. I appreciate everybody jumping on and hanging out with us tonight.
And Bobby, he says he's got a lot of questions. If you want some real more in-depth answers to your questions, that's what the Wednesday nights are for. So You just join the channel. It's $4.99 a month, and you get on every Wednesday live with John and the guys, and they talk pretty in depth about stuff. And you can even come on the live yourself to ask for questions. So that's what that's for.
Yeah, it's fun. We have a good time, and we talk a lot more technical. When we open it to the public, sometimes we just chit chat too. If nobody doesn't have any questions, I'll tell everybody what I got going on with my car, Randy's car, everybody that's racing with us. And then it's also awesome because, like I said, I'll send the link out to make it public to our members, and then they can actually hop on and show us around their garage and show us their car. It's fun, man. We have a good time.
Yeah. And there's less people, so it's a little easier to
see the questions.
Get your question answered.
But I also like to talk a lot. Blah, 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 blah,
yeah, I have to tap him sometimes and be like, okay, move on.
Okay, move on. You have said that. You have said that 10 times.
Oh, Mr. Arizona.
Oh, Mr. Arizona. Thank you, man. Another super chat.
He wants to know the plans for your old car.
We don't know yet. It'll be June or July. We got to get the new car up and running and make it successful. And as long as it's successful, then the old car will probably go back to maybe some street duties, or we might put an aluminum 5.3 in it and go back into track racing with that, where we can get it super light if we want to. But I want a car. I want another car that I can hop in and put a thumper cam in it and have it pounding off. And have it, just so I can cruise Kelly around with it. But I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I may sell it. I don't know. It depends. We got to get the new car up and running and have it successful, though. Mm-hmm. So a couple channels real fast while I got everybody on here too. The Paint and Paper Hustle. That's Courtney. Randy's car is over there now. Go check it out if y'all want to see the progress on Randy's car coming along with paint. I have no idea what color it's going to be. They tried to get me today to tell them what color to paint. I was like, dude, this is your car. You better listen to your wife. So I don't know. And go check out Houston Payton. He's at KOTV, Houston KOTV. It's got a little Fairmont. And then Boost is my friend. He was on here too. He's got a good YouTube channel. He's racing all the time. So hopefully I didn't miss any of the other YouTubers.
Hey, Bobby Lewis just joined TikTok.
Oh, sweet.
Yay.
I appreciate it.
See you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, we are going to jump off of here, and I appreciate y'all jumping on.
Ree said, I respect that you keep it clean, no F-bombs.
Yeah, we try. I get those occasionally, but I try not to record them, and if I do get them, I zap those out. Because, we try to keep it a family friendly, and I try not to get as emotional.
There's a lot of kids that come up to you at the track.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that like
starstruck.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that they're comfortable watching it.
Yeah. Any of my YouTube channels, you might occasionally catch a little potty word, but it ain't. My channel is never going to be, the cussing channel and going to town on it. Oh yeah, E85 Racing Cornstar. Yep, he's got a YouTube channel as well. So y'all go check him out. So that is one of our buddies. We just met him at Rockingham. He was beside us when we were doing no prep racing at Clifton Clouds.
Robert says, always listen to your wife.
Always, you're right. Always listen to your wife.
I think me and Randy's color. I better be red and black.
I don't know what color it's going to be.
Is that what her car is? Red and black? Jennifer's car?
Yeah, Jennifer's car is red. Red with black stripes.
Awesome.
It is. That's Shelby. So it's fun. All right, guys. Well, we're going to jump off of here. I appreciate everybody jumping on. Have a good night. We're going to go work on mine tomorrow night. So I should have y'all a video with some updates on my car from B&K Performance over at Brian's shop, hopefully on Tuesday. Later, guys. Y'all take care.
Bye. See all you members Wednesday.
See you guys.